Hey, Mac, you got a light?
Sure. Yeah, thanks.
Karate was born in India over 2,000 years ago. Its beginnings are legend. In 520 AD, the founder of Zen Buddhism, Bodhidharma, brought it to China, introducing it to his monks as a form of discipline. Then later, in the Qing dynasty, it became a fighting art.
Seiken Chokutsuki is the basic technique in karate. A straight punch that travels in a line from the hip to the target. Face, solar plexus, or stomach. Twisted at the last second with a powerful corkscrew snap.
Breath control is a very important aspect of karate and is practiced almost as a ritual.
One arrow punch to your right.
The straight lineal punch is used in many variations. To the left and right, in the bow and arrow punch, or to the opposite sides of the body. The elbow, like most hard portions of the human body, is also utilized in karate as an effective weapon. Shuto, the knife edge of the hand, is the second most common and certainly most publicized weapon of karate. Cutting straight down, slicing to the side, or in an arc to the temple.
These floors are hardwood. A simple push-up in karate looks like this.
From the South China coast, karate reached down to Okinawa. Conquering warlords made weapons illegal, and for 400 years the art flourished. In the 1920s, Gichin Funakoshi and other masters took karate to Japan, where it met with instant success. And by the 50s, it spread to Europe and North America, where it has reached phenomenal popularity as a spectator sport.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dachi, the stances of karate, are of prime importance. Zenkutsu and Kokutsu are the forward stances used in combat. The cat stance simplifies snap kicking to the groin and abdomen. The basic stance is Kibidachi. The groin seems vulnerable, but a downward block deflects the kick, spinning the attacker off balance for a counter strike. Next in importance to breathing and stances are the basic forearm blocks. The first principle of karate is block the attack. Defense, not offense.
Coming hits comes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Since one well-executed defense can immobilize the opponent, and a series of blocks avoid combat entirely, instructors teach the student to put total power into the moment of contact. Once the student has mastered the basic stance and blocking techniques, he learns to react instantly with a counter strike, the second element of defense.
The blocks themselves are then converted into strikes or other advanced counterattack techniques. The feet are also used as blocking apparatus in the crescent and inside snapping kicks, used primarily to kick a weapon from the opponent's hand.
Actually, the feet, not the hands, are the body's most powerful weapons. Most common is the snapping front kick to the solar plexus, using the ball of the foot.
1, 2, 3, turn. Jump.
The snap kick is delivered standing still, or stepping forward. Or it can be doubled in a jump kick that is karate's most valuable attack technique, striking twice at the same time, face and solar plexus. Powerful thrusts can be delivered to the neck, head, abdomen, or to the back of the body.
Kata are the ritual forms of karate, defense and attack in sequence against invisible opponents. Like dances, the 30 main kata require grace, balance, and smooth execution, and have unlimited variations depending on the style and school.
Since the kata of the higher-ranking students are highly complex, most dojo or gyms have a bank of mirrors to help the karateka perfect their techniques. There is tremendous concentration and muscle tension in advanced kata. The instructor can break 1-inch spruce boards over the bodies of his students without injuring them.
Training the striking points of the body is done on these makawara boards. Resilient, they give like the human body. Techniques can be practiced without injury to accustom students to hitting an actual object. Armor is also used to allow contact with an actual opponent.
Even though tameshiwara, breaking, is not essential in the modern art, it is still practiced because it is part of the karate tradition. It isn't taught, but comes of itself, challenging judgment, technique, concentration, and speed. Here, the experienced karateka splits 4 inches of spruce planks with shuto. Masoyama of the Goju style has killed full-grown bulls with it in combat, once in a matter of seconds.
Tameshiwara requires unshakable self-confidence. Its success is measured primarily in psychological strength. A punch, the elbow, a kick, the slash of shuto crack wooden boards and concrete slabs.
For the advanced student, the training incorporates traditional weapons, such as the silver sai, an equipment once merely used as farm implements, nunchaka, sticks and chain, or tong fa, simple wooden rice grinders. Since one of the parents of karate was the Japanese jiu-jitsu used by the samurai, karate can easily defend against attacks with weapons. Techniques against the sword, here a hardwood replica called boken, teach the student to deal with any type of held or wielded instrument.
Karate is the world's most effective self-defense system. Techniques easy to learn in a short period of time with little space or equipment. But in case a woman has to use her body as a weapon, it requires constant practice.
Okay, grab, grab, 1, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but we might as well do it when we take, hang them up by one.
Go on.
Yeah, but I don't think it's finished. We might not get it. I don't want to
Ready? Skin! Line up! Section geese. On your knees.
Karate appears dangerous, to require extra-human concentration and strength, but it breathes the deep mystical and spiritual qualities of Zen Buddhism. The thing that most unnerves the spectator is the silent lull of meditation, the search for the intuitive spirit behind the art. Meditating for spiritual perfection, unity of body and will, the common virtue of humility. Some of these men could kill you with one blow, yet the knowledge that they can assure an opponent of certain defeat makes the conflict unnecessary. Karate leader Ed Parker uses this code.
I have no weapons, but should I be forced to defend myself, my principles, or my honor, should it be a matter of life and death, right or wrong, here are my weapons. Karate, my empty hands.
The practical application of self-defense aside, karate is becoming a popular spectator sport. The stricter the physical training, the more is demanded in psychological attitude. The traditional training is harder and more complex than any other sport, and only the male ballet dancer, most perfect of all athletes, can compare in balanced mental and physical conditioning.
Okay, go stretch. Hey, hup. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, get off.
Out of every 100 students who enroll at a school, only 50% will last. The vindictive, the lazy, and the violent will drop out. Only 1 in 100 will become a black belt, and only 1 in 1,000 will reach 4th Dan or 4th degree black belt, the proficiency necessary to instruct.
After workouts in the dojo, classes are inevitably taken outdoors, and the warm-ups, depending on the school, will run anywhere from 10 minutes to 2 hours.
Similar to calisthenics, all the exercises in karate training are practiced to develop an overall physical conditioning, but with extreme flexibility and speed that must be backed by power and sudden tension, relaxation of body muscles.
The first step to free fighting is an organized exchange of techniques, like juniko, that presupposes an opponent. Then an imitation of real combat, jumite.
Jumite is first practiced in the dojo, then outdoors under all possible conditions where combat might occur. Nature was the first opponent of the masters, and it is in nature that karate finds her real life.
This sparring also shows the difference between karate and her sister martial arts, such as judo and aikido.
Outdoors or indoors, the sensei or instructor is always correcting and advising on every move. No contact is ever made with any force in this lethal art, but without perfect control, accidents could happen. It is on record that only 1 fatality has ever occurred in competitive karate. Potentially the most lethal of all sports, it has the lowest accident and injury rate. comradeship, friendliness, good sportsmanship. These are important components of the type of men and women being groomed by the reputable karate school that would expel any student whose motives are street fighting or vengeance.
The art promotes martial qualities, but not aggression. The Sun Tzu Chinese scripture says, "The ultimate good lies not in winning 100 battles, but in overcoming a man or an army without a conflict."
This is the Canadian International Championships, running for 2 solid days to accommodate contestants from North America, Japan, Europe, and Hawaii. After bowing respect to Dr. Tsuyoshi Chitose, 10th Dan and supreme head of the Chito-Ryu style, a short warm-up.
This is a demonstration by Mamoru Yamamoto of what will and will not be allowed as a point. No contact of any kind is permitted. The referees will decide what technique, stopped 1/100th of a second before contact, could have crippled or been fatal to the opponent.
Karate tournaments are usually run on a mass elimination process, in which each bout runs 3 or sometimes 5 minutes. The first 2 out of 3 points indicates the winner.
Ki-ai, the shout used at the moment of contact, is a psychological weapon in favor of the attacker, concentrating the mind and striking power on one spot for a split second. Contact means immediate disqualification. The competitor hit automatically wins.
Each bout is refereed, as in boxing or wrestling, by one man. But here, each ring has 2 ring judges, indicating their own opinions by raising a red or white flag to show which opponent he feels has scored. The referee decides, but considers their opinions as well. If he is in doubt, the chief referee will decide.
Black gi, or uniforms, were once symbolic of karate, distinguishing it from judo and other martial sports. Today, most have turned to bleached white, although some schools have retained the black, or trim white gi with black, or go to gold and other more stylish colors.
Competitive karate is one of the fastest growing world sports, destined for the Olympics. Some even say it will replace boxing.
This competitor's movements are far more flowery and circular in form than the Japanese styles of karate. He may look less dangerous, but after constantly distracting his opponent and avoiding an attack, he strikes very quickly.
A beanbag tossed in ends the bout.
Similar to the quarterstaff of Robin Hood's England, Japan developed the bow staff. Sensei Shane Hagashi here uses it in a kata, and Mr. Yamamoto demonstrates the use of the twin sai against a bow attack.
Gung Fu, or Kung Fu, differs once again from the lineal styles of Japan. These exponents of the Chinese form demonstrate the deadly fast variations of their own karate style.
Dr. Chitose, in his 70s, is a doctor like Chigoro Kano, who founded judo. His development of this scientific style, neither too soft nor too hard, has earned him the gold belt of the government of Okinawa.
Mr. Yamamoto specializes in spectacular breaking. At 30, he is Dr. Chitose's top protege. Before the karateka has reached this stage, he has gone through a whole ranking system. From white belt to yellow and orange, green and blue, brown, and finally black.
Children benefit from karate training as much as women. Poorly developed and naturally non-aggressive children, some starting as early as 7 or 8, readily overcome their shyness through the confidence given them. Within a surprisingly short period of time, they are able to perform complex kata and can deliver powerful defense blocks and counter strikes.
Women seldom compete in formal bouts. Most start karate in their teens to defend themselves against the naturally superior strength of the male aggressor. The majority of them live in large urban centers where the incident of personal or indecent assault is on a steady increase.
After the novice and intermediate bouts have been played, it's the black belt's turn. This division attracts the most attention by far. These are the most controlled bouts, and the contestants show the greatest respect for each other. The points are fast, clean, and well scored.
The trophies presented to these boys seem to carry with them a deeper meaning than in most other sports. The moment is one of great honor, especially for the 14-year-old winner who has already reached brown belt.
The final bout in this championship, even with competitors from all over the world, finds two old friends facing each other for the first time. Both Chito-Ryu stylists and both top students at the same school. They had defeated all other opponents and yet had never fought one another.
Mr. Yamamoto, consecutive 3-time All-Japan champion, referees the bout.
Hal Henschel scores a strong front punch.
Boyko scores a backhand to the temple.
Fred Boyko who scores and wins, but it could have been a draw.
Dr. Chitose presents the winner's trophy to Fred Boyko.
Masami Tsuroka, Canada's top karate master, hands the second honors to Hal Henshaw.
And Mr. Yamamoto presents the third trophy to Shigeru Yamashiro.
There is much more to karate than winning trophies. There are long hours of hard and lonely work. A karateka aims to conquer self, to become a better human being, understanding the metaphysical spirit of an ancient art with the philosophy of Zen.
Karate.
Empty hands.